You're watching NFL Daily Brief, top football headlines made simple. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Many National Football League teams face quarterback uncertainty, despite how the 2025 offseason has unfolded.
This article focuses on 12 teams where the quarterback situation might drastically change by 2026.
Kyler Murray is signed through 2027 with the Arizona Cardinals, but his future is not entirely secure.
If Murray underperforms or experiences health issues, the Cardinals could move on, especially after 2026 with minimal financial penalty.
Bryce Young's performance in Carolina is pivotal for his future with the Panthers.
His fifth-year option decision looms next May, contingent on his 2025 season performance.
The Cleveland Browns quarterback situation is highly volatile, with several contenders vying for the starting position.
This includes veteran Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and rookies Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders.
Daniel Jones won the starting quarterback job for the Indianapolis Colts over Anthony Richardson Sr.
Richardson's potential remains intriguing, but his health and consistency are concerns for the Colts.
Geno Smith's contract with the Las Vegas Raiders offers flexibility for the team beyond 2025.
His performance this season will determine whether the Raiders retain or replace him.
Matthew Stafford, at 37 years old, might be playing his final season with the Los Angeles Rams due to back issues and contract considerations.
The Rams hold 2 first-round picks in the 2026 draft, potentially to address the quarterback position.
The New Orleans Saints have a quarterback competition between Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shaw, neither of whom were first-round picks.
The Saints could look to the 2026 draft for a new quarterback if neither player performs well.
A bullet penetrated the glass of Andy Reid's office at the Chiefs' practice facility while he was working alone last year.
This incident, reported by the Kansas City Star, occurred shortly after midnight local time on May 4, 2024.
Kansas City Police Department spokesperson Captain Jake Becchina confirmed to the Star that Coach Reid was unharmed.
The bullet, fired from outside the Chiefs' facility in Kansas City, Missouri, traveled through the glass of Reid's office.
It ultimately lodged into a wall approximately 15 feet from where the Chiefs coach was sitting.
The Kansas City Star broke this story Wednesday night.
The circumstances surrounding the incident remain under investigation.
It is unclear at this time who fired the shot or what their motivations were.
The Chiefs organization has not yet released an official statement regarding the incident.
More details will likely emerge as the investigation progresses.
This is a developing story and we will continue to provide updates as they become available.
It is fortunate that Coach Reid was not injured in this unsettling incident.
Cowboys coach Brian Schottenheimer expressed confidence that Micah Parsons will be ready for the season opener against the Philadelphia Eagles on September 4.
This statement comes despite the lack of a contract extension between Parsons and the Dallas Cowboys.
Schottenheimer reiterated his confidence in Parsons' availability, regardless of the contract situation.
Parsons has not participated in training camp practices but has been present for walkthroughs and meetings.
He has reportedly been dealing with back tightness and receiving treatment.
Contract negotiations between the Cowboys and Parsons' agent have not progressed since March.
Schottenheimer acknowledged the preference for Parsons to return to practice sooner than later.
He emphasized Parsons' understanding of the team's playbook and schemes due to his presence in meetings.
Schottenheimer also highlighted Parsons' knowledge of his own body and its limitations.
The lack of on-field practice could increase Parsons' risk of injury, particularly soft tissue injuries.
Schottenheimer expressed faith in the Cowboys' training and strength staff.
He also noted Parsons' natural ability to rush the passer and make plays remains unaffected.
Lamar Jackson experienced a minor injury scare during Wednesday practice when his foot was stepped on.
The Baltimore Ravens quarterback was knocked to the ground but continued to throw a few passes before leaving the field.
He left practice approximately 40 minutes earlier than scheduled, accompanied by a team doctor and trainer.
Before leaving, Jackson appeared to be flexing his right wrist.
The Ravens have a history of protecting Jackson during the preseason, opting not to play him in preseason games for the past 4 years.
His only missed practice this year was due to pre-planned personal reasons.
Jackson has not missed a game due to injury since the 2022 season.
Ravens wide receiver Tylan Wallace was unaware of Jackson leaving the field.
Wallace expressed well wishes for Jackson and confidence in his quick return.
He stated, "I am sure knowing Lamar being Lamar he will be back before we know it."
The Ravens begin their season in 18 days against the Buffalo Bills.
This incident raises concerns about Jackson's health heading into the new season.
The New Orleans Saints acquired wide receiver Devon Vele from the Denver Broncos in a trade before the regular season opener.
In exchange, the Broncos received a 4th-round pick in 2026 and a 7th-round selection in 2027.
Vele, a versatile 7th-round pick by the Broncos in the 2024 National Football League Draft, played college football at the University of Utah.
The 27-year-old appeared in 13 games, starting 7 of them, for the Broncos last season.
He recorded 41 receptions for 475 yards and 3 touchdowns, ranking 3rd on the team among receivers in both receptions and yards.
Vele, who dealt with a knee injury during the offseason program, had 1 catch for 6 yards in the Broncos' 2 preseason games.
At 6'5", Vele will provide a large target for the Saints, who have not yet named a starting quarterback for Week 1.
Spencer Rattler and rookie Tyler Shaw are competing for the starting quarterback position.
This trade gives the Saints added size at the wide receiver position.
Their top 3 wide receivers, Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, and Brandon Cooks, are all 6 feet tall or shorter.
2 of their pass-catching tight ends, Foster Moreau and Taysom Hill, are recovering from knee injuries.
6'2" wide receiver Bub Means was placed on injured reserve during training camp and will miss the entire season.
The New York Jets addressed their need at defensive tackle by trading for Harrison Phillips and Jowan Briggs on Wednesday.
The Jets sent a combination of 6th and 7th round draft picks to the Minnesota Vikings for Phillips, pending a physical.
The Vikings will pay a portion of Phillips' 2025 salary.
Phillips is expected to start alongside Quinnen Williams in the Jets' 4-3 defensive front.
Earlier that day, the Jets also acquired Jowan Briggs from the Cleveland Browns for a 6th-round pick.
Briggs is projected to provide depth on the defensive line.
These trades were partly motivated by an ankle injury to Byron Cowart, who was expected to start.
Phillips, a former 3rd-round pick of the Buffalo Bills, has started 62 games in his National Football League career.
He became a full-time starter with the Vikings in 2022, playing in all 51 regular season games and 2 playoff games.
Phillips is known primarily as a run stopper and recorded a career-high 92 tackles in 2023.
The Vikings signed Phillips to a contract extension in 2024, but he became expendable after the team added veteran free agents and developed young talent at defensive tackle.
Jets defensive coordinator Steve Wilks expressed satisfaction with the competition for the starting spot next to Quinnen Williams before the trades.
Demarcus Robinson is facing a 3-game suspension for a misdemeanor DUI charge from his time with the Los Angeles Rams.
San Francisco 49ers coach Kyle Shanahan confirmed the suspension, which is expected to cover the first 3 weeks of the season.
The 49ers signed Robinson in March with the understanding that a suspension was likely.
Robinson can appeal the suspension, but the team is preparing to be without him for the first 3 games.
In response to Robinson's suspension and other injuries at the receiver position, the 49ers traded for Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Sky Moore.
The trade involved swapping late-round 2027 draft picks, with the 49ers receiving a 7th-round pick and Moore in exchange for a 6th-round pick.
Robinson pleaded no contest to the DUI charge in early July and was awaiting official word on his punishment.
He expressed anxiety about the situation while going through the appeal process.
Despite the looming suspension, Robinson has been a reliable receiver in training camp, impressing Shanahan with his consistency.
If the suspension is upheld, Robinson will miss games against the Seattle Seahawks, New Orleans Saints, and Arizona Cardinals.
He would be eligible to return in Week 4 against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
This suspension adds to the challenges the 49ers face at the receiver position, with several players dealing with injuries.
Tyson Bagent, quarterback for the Chicago Bears, recently signed a 2-year contract extension worth $10 million.
Bagent became emotional discussing the impact this life-changing money will have on his family, who have faced financial hardships.
Bagent was entering the final year of his rookie contract and was set to become a restricted free agent after the 2025 season.
The former Division II standout from Shepherd University has served as the number 2 quarterback in Chicago since 2023.
Bagent acknowledged that he delayed signing the extension initially to consider his options, including pursuing a starting role elsewhere.
However, he ultimately decided to stay with the Bears, citing the coaching staff and his comfort level in Chicago as key factors.
Head coach Ben Johnson expressed confidence in Bagent's abilities, stating that he believes Bagent is capable of being a starter in the National Football League.
Johnson praised the Bears' quarterback room as one of the best he has been around in his career.
Bagent's contract includes incentives that could increase its value to $16 million, tied to playing time.
General Manager Ryan Poles commended Bagent's work ethic, calling him the hardest worker on the team.
Bagent's journey began as a high school sophomore in West Virginia, where he led his team to 2 state championships.
Despite being under-recruited by Division I programs, he excelled at Shepherd University, becoming the National Collegiate Athletic Association All-Divisions passing touchdowns leader.
Ryan Clark has compared Cam Ward to some National Football League legends due to his work ethic with the Tennessee Titans.
Ward has brought a much-needed spark to the team with his trash-talking, which recently escalated into a scuffle with Jeffrey Simmons.
Ward commented on the incident, humorously noting Simmons' strength.
He also stated that the incident was fun and something the team needed.
The scuffle began after Ward threw a touchdown pass to Calvin Ridley and then shoved Simmons during his celebration.
Simmons retaliated with a 2-hand push to Ward's face mask, prompting the offensive line to defend Ward.
The 2 players have engaged in trash talk since meeting at minicamp.
Ward mentioned Simmons is the first person to challenge him every day at practice.
Coach Brian Callahan was not overly concerned about the incident and did not remove either player from practice.
Callahan acknowledged it is wrong to touch the quarterback but also stated that Ward shared some responsibility for entering the fray.
Simmons downplayed the incident, stating that it is training camp and tempers flare.
He also expressed respect for the offense having Ward's back and emphasized that the team has moved on from the incident.
Jameis Winston recently toured New York City with Giants legends Eli Manning and Sean O'Hara.
This tour, part of the Eli Manning Show, celebrated the city's 400th anniversary.
Winston, in his first year with the Giants, expressed his enthusiasm for New York.
He described the city as big, broad, and in your face, mirroring his own personality.
The tour included stops at One World Trade Center, the Canyon of Heroes, and Times Square.
Winston also visited Joe's Pizza and Madame Tussauds, documenting the experience.
Manning praised Winston as a natural leader, smart, informed, and passionate.
He highlighted Winston's resilience and commitment throughout his career.
Winston discussed football with Manning, showing his dedication to the sport.
He also expressed his desire to win a Super Bowl with the Giants.
Winston has a history with New York, including winning the Heisman Trophy and getting engaged there.
He views his current role with the Giants as a full-circle moment in his career.
Several National Football League teams are making moves to improve their rosters before the season begins.
Trades are a common way to address weaknesses and manage player contracts at this point in the offseason.
The Jets addressed their defensive tackle needs by acquiring Harrison Phillips from the Vikings.
Phillips is a veteran run defender who will likely start alongside Quinnen Williams.
The Jets gave up 2 sixth-round picks and a 7th-round pick for Phillips.
The Vikings are paying half of Phillips' $7.4 million salary.
The Saints acquired wide receiver Devon Vele from the Broncos for draft picks.
Vele provides the Saints with much-needed height at the receiver position.
The Broncos gained valuable draft capital by trading Vele.
The Broncos have depth at the receiver position, making Vele expendable.
The Dolphins made a surprising move by acquiring Darren Waller from the Giants.
Waller, who retired last year, will provide the Dolphins with another receiving option.
The National Football League preseason is underway, with teams preparing for the 2025 season.
Roster adjustments continue, and we are tracking every trade before the season begins on September 4.
Recent moves include the Jets acquiring 2 defensive tackles.
The Saints acquired former Broncos receiver Devon Vele.
The 49ers added wide receiver Sky Moore from the Chiefs.
The Chiefs traded Moore to the 49ers due to injuries impacting their receiving core.
The Broncos traded Devon Vele to the Saints for draft picks.
The Jets bolstered their defensive line by trading for Harrison Phillips from the Vikings.
The Jets also acquired Joejuan Briggs from the Browns.
The Jaguars acquired Colin Saunders from the Saints and traded Luke Fortner.
The Texans and Eagles swapped players, Harrison Bryant and John Mechie III, respectively.
The Raiders traded Jacorian Bennett to the Eagles for Thomas Booker IV.
The 2025 college football season kicks off soon, marking the beginning of speculation for the 2026 NFL Draft.
ESPN's Football Power Index has projected the draft order, and this mock draft uses those projections with a few hypothesized trades.
The Cleveland Browns, projected to have the first pick, might be looking for a new quarterback.
Arch Manning from Texas is projected as the first pick, despite his grandfather stating he will likely stay in college longer.
The New York Jets are projected to trade up to the second pick to select quarterback Lenoris Sellers from South Carolina.
Sellers is a powerful thrower with mobility reminiscent of Josh Allen.
The New Orleans Saints are projected to trade up to the third pick for quarterback Cade Klubnik from Clemson.
Klubnik is an accurate passer who had a breakout season in 2024.
The New York Giants, after trading down, are projected to select defensive tackle Peter Woods from Clemson.
Woods is considered a disruptive force on the defensive line.
The Tennessee Titans, after trading down, are projected to take safety Caleb Downs from Ohio State.
Downs is a highly regarded prospect with no apparent weaknesses.
Anthony Richardson, the fourth overall pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, arrived in Indianapolis with high expectations.
The Colts signaled their belief in him as a franchise quarterback, even naming him the opening day starter after limited preseason play.
However, the Colts recently named Daniel Jones their Week 1 starter, creating uncertainty about Richardson's future.
This decision raises questions about Richardson's potential exit from Indianapolis and the impact on his career.
While it is too early to definitively say, this situation makes an eventual split between Richardson and the Colts more likely.
Richardson's agent expressed surprise at the decision and stated that all options are being considered.
If Richardson does not play this season, he will have only one season's worth of games played in 3 years.
This is not the first time the Colts have chosen another quarterback over Richardson, raising doubts about their commitment to him.
The potential trade market for Richardson is uncertain due to his limited playing time and injury history.
However, some NFL personnel believe he still holds value due to his potential and remaining contract.
Daniel Jones won the starting job based on his experience and command of the position, according to Colts coach Shane Steichen.
Steichen emphasized Jones' strengths in areas like pre-snap reads and ball placement.
Kirk Cousins, the Atlanta Falcons' backup quarterback, sought movie recommendations from teammates for his sons.
Receiver David Sills suggested Surf's Up, an animated movie about surfing penguins, which was a hit with Cousins' family.
Cousins is now a backup after losing his starting job to Michael Penix Jr. last season.
He had a stretch of 9 interceptions to 1 touchdown in 5 games and dealt with injuries to his elbow and shoulder.
Cousins, now 37, hoped the Falcons would release him so he could start elsewhere.
He even spoke with owner Arthur Blank about this possibility.
However, Cousins returned for mandatory minicamp and focused on helping the Falcons win.
He has performed well in training camp, possibly even better than last year as a starter.
Cousins has been practicing with the second-team offense against the first-team defense.
His experience provides a valuable challenge for the Falcons' starting defense.
Linebacker Caden Ellis praised Cousins' processing, accuracy, and ability to switch up plays.
Passing game coordinator T.J. Yates noted Cousins' professionalism and his helpfulness to Penix and other quarterbacks.
The Chiefs significantly outperformed their expected record based on point differential, raising questions about their sustainability.
Their 10 wins in close games were unprecedented and unlikely to be repeated.
The Vikings, similar to the Chiefs, benefited from a high number of close wins and a strong turnover margin.
Their aging roster and reliance on turnovers raise concerns about their ability to maintain their performance.
The Commanders overachieved last season due to improved turnover margin, close wins, and exceptional fourth-down conversions.
Their reliance on veteran players and unlikely game outcomes makes their success difficult to replicate.
The Colts, despite 8 wins, primarily succeeded against weaker opponents and backup quarterbacks.
Their inconsistent quarterback situation and questions surrounding Anthony Richardson are concerning.
The Lions face uncertainty with new coordinators and changes to their offensive line.
While they had a dominant season, their offensive line and coaching changes might impact their performance.
The Lions also benefited from an unusually healthy offense, which is unlikely to be repeated.
Their challenging schedule adds further difficulty to replicating their 15-win season.
Each of these teams faces challenges that suggest potential decline in the upcoming season.
It will be interesting to see how these factors play out and impact their playoff chances.
The 2025 NFL season approaches, prompting a re-evaluation of all 32 teams.
Preseason games conclude Saturday, making this the final offseason power ranking.
The Eagles, fresh off a Super Bowl victory, have a new offensive coordinator in Kevin Patullo.
Patullo, a first-time play caller, faces high expectations given the Eagles' offensive talent.
Chiefs receiver Rashee Rice, despite avoiding suspension, must prove himself as a top target.
Bills defensive end Joey Bosa, on a 1-year deal, aims to demonstrate his value after injury struggles.
Ravens tight end Mark Andrews seeks to rebound after a disappointing 2024 season.
Lions quarterback Jared Goff faces pressure to build on his strong 2024 performance.
Commanders cornerback Marshawn Lattimore needs to stay healthy and productive to secure an extension.
Packers cornerback Kayshawn Nixon has the opportunity to become the number 1 cornerback.
Jay Cutner played for Holy Trinity Diocesan High School in Hicksville, New York, and wore number 5.
Caden Tellier played for Morgan Academy in Selma, Alabama, and wore number 17, emulating his hero Josh Allen.
Cutner, a senior, was 17 years old and played quarterback.
Tellier, a junior, was 16 years old, also a quarterback known for his running ability.
During a seemingly routine scrimmage play, a fumbled snap led to Cutner being tragically injured.
In the first game of the season, a clean tackle resulted in Tellier suffering a fatal head injury.
Both young quarterbacks were known for their leadership and kindness on and off the field.
Their untimely deaths deeply impacted their communities and teammates.
Cutner is remembered for his selflessness, even giving his sport jacket to a friend.
Tellier expressed a desire for spiritual revival within his team and school before his passing.
Both families and communities grappled with grief and sought solace in their memories.
The legacies of these young athletes continue to inspire and remind us of the fragility of life.
Training camp is underway for the San Francisco 49ers in Santa Clara, California.
Reporter Nick Wagoner provides updates on standout players, position battles, and the quarterback situation.
Christian McCaffrey and Trent Williams participated fully in recent practices, displaying midseason form.
McCaffrey had a notable long touchdown run and a one-handed touchdown catch.
Nick Bosa is currently managing neck soreness and focusing on individual drills.
The 49ers are dealing with injuries at the wide receiver position, with Jacob Cowing and Malik Turner sidelined.
They signed Malik Knowles and released Damone Harris and Corey Kiner due to injury.
Ricky Pearsall briefly left practice with a shoulder injury but returned to catch a touchdown pass.
Several key players returned to practice from injuries, including Renardo Green, Jason Pinnock, and Isaac Guerendo.
Green made an impressive pass breakup upon his return.
Mac Jones is expected to return next week from a sprained knee.
Nate Sudfeld was signed as a replacement while Jones recovers.
Ricky Pearsall made a standout play with a 40-plus yard reception.
Rookie safety Marcus Sigel is competing for a starting role.
The Minnesota Vikings training camp is underway, and there is news regarding receiver injuries.
Rookie receiver Ty Felton and veteran Jordan Addison both left practice early with apparent injuries.
Felton seemed to injure his left hand, while Addison appeared to have an arm injury.
Fortunately, neither injury is expected to cause significant missed time.
This is good news for the Vikings, who have been dealing with receiver injuries this summer.
Justin Jefferson has missed time with a hamstring strain, and Jalen Naylor has been out with a hand injury.
Additionally, Addison will be serving a 3-game suspension at the start of the season.
The team may explore trade options or look to the waiver wire to address their receiver depth.
In other news, cornerback Jeff Okudah also left practice early with a foot injury.
Shifting to earlier camp news, rookie guard Donovan Jackson impressed with a key block during joint practice with the Patriots.
Jackson paved the way for a 65-yard touchdown run by running back Aaron Jones Sr.
Jackson seems poised to start at left guard in Week 1.
That's a wrap on this week's NFL Blitz Talk. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time with more gridiron fire and fearless breakdowns.